I was on my own probably about 2 months at this point. It was a Sunday night, and I was driving down 9th Street, and this individual ran two red lights in front of me, and I got him stopped down there at Providence and Broadway. Um, Scared to death. I mean, it'd been a while since I'd practiced field sobriety testing because I was on an evening shift at this time, and they don't see nearly as many DWIs as midnight shift does. And so my field training officer was working that night too, so she came over and kind of stood behind me and was like, "Don't forget to do this. Don't forget to do this." So, worked out and got him through all the testing and arrested him, and then I arrested him about a year later for his third one. So that's how I remember mine. But
the only thing I can really remember about him is when you're just starting out with a DWI arrest, I think they can first be pretty intimidating because there's a lot of paperwork and there's a lot of process to go through. And also, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, even though this person may have made a bad decision tonight, you're still taking you're taking their license away from them for 30 days at least, or a year. So you want to make sure what you're doing is right. You want to make sure everything that you're going to do will stand up in court, so you don't go to court and look silly. So you're thinking about that, and then you're thinking about all this paperwork that goes along with it, and make sure you get everything figured out, because there's two parts to a DWI. There's the civil side, which is your driver's license, which you deal with the Department of Revenue, and then there's the criminal side, and there's just a lot of paperwork, and it can be at first pretty overwhelming. That's what I remembered my first DWI was. I knew I was going to forget something. I'm sure I did. There's just so much that you have to remember. Some of the funnier ones that we've seen are, and we say funny because thank goodness we got them off the road, is, some of these guys that are literally just falling down drunk, or, you tell them to do the walk and turn, and it's where you walk forward, heel to toe, turn to your left, and then you walk back, heel to toe. Well, they'll walk forward, and then they'll Michael Jackson walk backwards type stuff. I mean, some of that stuff, and these are people that are driving, and some of those can be a bit comical, but we're glad that and you're wondering how they ever started the car,
yeah.
let alone get
how they ever walked to the car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many sober driving programs around here. As a student, I can't see why they don't take advantage of it and still make that choice to get behind the wheel. I mean, Stripes and the fraternities, sororities have sober drivers, and good Lord, we have 5, 6 taxi cab companies in town that are just waiting downtown to pick people up. So, take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would add to that too, is especially with all the networking that students can do, and all, even the casual friends that they could have to call to say, instead of making this horrible life-changing decision of either getting behind a wheel and killing themselves or somebody else, or going through the added expense of having a DWI. Just, like I said, take advantage of those student organizations and take advantage of your friends and call them to help you out.